What's up, my Finna love? Sisters Finna D coming to you all from Finna Team News.
Hey, you guys. Hi from Jamaica. What the guan? Jamaica would be a nice place to be right now, for sure. I was just in Jamaica. Noelle took me to Jamaica for my 54th birthday. We were in Montego Bay, and we had an amazing time. Part 1. Staying successful is part 2. So the work never really ends.
I was going to say, because what's part 3?
There is no part 3. It's part 1 and part 2.
Okay, it's a 2-step process.
Yeah, doing what you need to do to become successful, and then doing what you need to do to stay successful. Once you become successful, it's not like you can just stop and sit down and just relax. That's when the real work actually starts, keeping it going.
Once I get 1 million, I want to.
Yeah. And guess what? Once you become successful and you start living good and you don't have the stress of worrying about your bills and stuff, and you got a nice house, you take a vacation a couple times a year, maybe 3 or 4 times a year, you want to keep that going. You ain't trying to go back. Now, if you ain't never had it, there's nothing to miss. But once you have it, you don't want to go back. Okay, I came from very humble beginnings, and I can just tell you this right now. My work ethic is gangster. Once my grandmother, Frankie Mae Ford, I talk about her all the time, she told me that as long as I was willing to work hard, I can have anything I want. And I've been working ever since. I started working, my first job was at Taco Bell.
Come on, Taco Bell.
Shout out Taco Bell. What?
You was in the window?
I was in the window. I was like a manager in like 6 months.
Not a manager?
Yes, I moved up very quickly. Oh yeah, you let me in the room, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I was not playing no games. And I took a lot of pride in my work. I really, really did. I did the window. I did the scheduling. I did everything.
Oh, okay, you was a manager.
Yeah. And then I went from there. I worked at Wendy's for a short time as well. That was a lot of work. But I've worked in the mall. I worked at the fashion fair counter for a minute. I really love that because I really love doing makeup. As a matter of fact, fun fact. Once I moved to New York City to start my modeling career, because you always have to have a backup plan. You always got to have a plan B if that plan A doesn't work. So once I moved to New York to start my modeling career, I had already went in the door thinking, okay, well, if this don't work out, maybe I'll be a makeup artist. I can do the makeup for the other models if it doesn't work, if I don't, have what it takes. Clearly it worked out. Praise God. But I had a plan B. I mean, it didn't have to work out, but you got to go into it. And I was like, hey, I'm not that great at doing hair, but I can figure it out.
Okay.
So, I was ready. I was ready to figure it out. And I think what it's all about is, just going into your journey, making the most of it. You know what I'm saying? Just making the most of it. And then always having a plan B and a plan C and a plan D and all that good stuff. When I started my partnership with Seagram's Escapes, I started off with my own signature cocktail, the Peach Bellini. You guys saw it on the show. And now that partnership has been going on for some years now. And now I'm the brand ambassador for the entire Seagram's Escape line for all the flavors. See what I did there? I took one job and I turned it into 2. Come on, somebody. I'm trying to tell you, these young folks, your young generation. Yeah.
Is this what you're going to be talking about at the expo?
Yeah, these are the type of things, these are the type of conversations that I'll be having at the expo. Because, Chandler, how old are you?
I am 27. That's my business, though.
Boy, tell him how old you are.
I'm 27.
Okay, he's 27. He looked 22, but he's 27. And it's important for you and your generation to understand.
Okay, wait, it's the generation after me. It's like
it is the generation after you. Like the 20, it's really Noel's generation.
Yeah, I got a little sense.
Yeah, you do. You just missed the cutoff.
Yeah.
But anyway, Chandler's been working for me for like a year now. And one of the things, the reason why he's made it to a year is because he's good at what he does. Okay. And he's proactive. And he pays attention. He don't bring his personal life to work. Let me say that louder for the people in the back. He don't bring his personal life to work. when he comes in, he comes to work. As a matter of fact, I have to ask you what's going on sometimes.
And I have to not tell you.
And he don't be trying to tell me, Chad. And that's okay. I can't hear. You guys can't hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Somebody said they can't hear. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Let me see. I can do it.
Can you hear me? Okay. One of the things, the reason why I made it now. Okay. So they can't hear. Okay. Okay, they can hear me now. So anyway, so I said all that to say, you know, if the... Okay, cool. You guys can hear me. If there's anything that the world, the pandemic, coronavirus 19 has showed us, is that life is too short. And you have to live it to the fullest. And you have to take advantage of everything, every opportunity that comes your way. And you have to be ready. You can't get ready when the opportunity is there. You gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to, you know, no matter how many jobs I have, I always try to open new doors for other jobs, just because you should. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. So put all your eggs in one hat or one basket. There's one basket, right? Put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. And then the other one is, speaking of hats, you got to wear more than one hat.
Is that one?
That is one. You ain't never heard of that? You got to wear more than one hat.
I ain't never heard that one.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I've been around for a while. We have all kind of sayings. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't tell me it's cornbread.
Oh, don't tell me it's cornbread when I smell the biscuits burning. Shout out to P-Valley. I got that from Uncle Clifford. Okay, don't tell me it's cornbread if I smell the biscuits burning. Okay?
Said just your opening, like we didn't hear the answer.
Okay, so how do you get started?
How do you get started in modeling?
Right. All right. So the game has changed. Social media has changed the game. I would say, you know, getting started is, you know, the first start is just to get some exposure. And the great thing about social media, you guys know I like anything that is going to be free for you guys to be a part of, to get exposure. It's amazing for exposure. All of the top agencies have Instagram accounts, and they're all on Instagram. So it's very easy to actually get discovered for free right on the gram. So with that said, for me, if I were you guys, I would, if I was trying to get into the industry, number one, you guys have so much information already out there on the internet. See who the models are that are working now. You know, look at the kind of photos they have on their Instagram, and pretty much try to emulate some of the things that they're putting out there, because if it's working for them, it can work for you.
Yeah.
So with that said, you know, going back to not spending a bunch of money and stuff, you know, get your cousin, your sister, your uncle, somebody to just take some photos of you. Simple. You know, a lot of times when it comes to modeling, people think they have to do the most when they really should be doing the least.
Yeah.
Do I need to say that loud for the people in the back?
Please do.
Do not do the most if you're interested in modeling. Do the least, especially when it comes to photos. They don't want some glammed up, overly made up, long eyelashes, long fingernails, all that stuff. If you notice, the professional models that come from the fashion industry, okay, there's different types of models. Okay, I'm not knocking, you know, some of the Instagram models. But if you are trying to, you know, get clients like, you know, Nordstrom's and Macy's and all that stuff, Victoria's Secrets, those girls, for the most part, keep the photos are just very simple, very clean. So just have someone take some shots of you like that. You do not need a professional photographer to do that. You need a good Now, I would suggest you get an iPhone at the very least. So if you haven't invested in a Samsung or an iPhone, because Samsung takes good pictures as well, I would suggest that you do that. And then find somebody to take some photos of you. You don't need a stylist. You need some jean shorts, a pair of blue jeans, and a white t-shirt. And then maybe a black one. and take some simple pictures, no makeup on, a very minimal makeup. No, they want to see what your hair looks like. Shout out to everybody that want to rock a lace front wig. I live for a wig, okay? But as a model, they want to see what your hair is like because you may not necessarily be able to work with a wig all the time. So they just want to see what they're working with. Even if you don't have that much hair, it's fine. I was the most successful as a model when I cut all my hair off and I had short hair. So no shade to like, you got to have all this hair, all right? So, but simple. Take some simple, clean photos. Look at the other models' social medias that are working. Do your research. And all of that's free. Free for me to tell you and free for you to find that information out. If you're interested in something, take the time to do your research and see who's out there, who's working, and why they are working. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
take those nuggets from their page and see, what kind of photos they're taking.
Has it been a difficult or easy transition from your world as a model to reality?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. I would say it was
everything's so structured in the model world, right?
Yeah, it was a little difficult. It's two different industries. Going from the modeling industry to reality television was just two different beasts, two different mindsets, two different platforms, two different types of celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, very, very different. It was a huge adjustment to me because when I was modeling, I was known only by people in the fashion industry. As a reality star, I'm known all over the world. So it's just two different levels of celebrity and two different levels of fame. You know what I'm saying? So it was an adjustment, and it still is an adjustment. I'm still getting used to it.
That's crazy. Well, we're so proud of you. What would be I know you're busy, so what would be the last word of advice that you would give to someone? Being from like a small town in Alabama, what advice do you give to people from smaller towns who may not have the same opportunities? Is it more of a go for yours type situation like you always say? It's like that would be the best advice, right? Like go for yours regardless of the environment.
My answer has changed over the years because the world has changed. Everything has changed. So you can be in the smallest town in the world and still have some kind of opportunity if you're on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? If you are some beautiful woman in some small part of Africa, if you're on the gram and you got some banging pictures on there, there's a very high possibility that an agency might notice your Instagram. I would say, when we do Instagram model searches and stuff, that's a great way to get exposure because a lot of times we post the finalists, we post the people that are signing up, on the Bailey Agency School of Fashion page. I have the only thing I've ever done other than being a housewife is be a model. So I have a huge following with the industry, so they keep up with, what we're doing at the Bailey Agency. So just making sure you network in the industry is very important. Even if you don't win the contest, we've had a lot of people that didn't win our contest that still were in our database that actually got opportunities to do other things. We had a couple of kids book a couple of movie roles, and they didn't win anything that they did with us. And when someone that they did with the agency, and when some casting people reached out and said, "Hey, we're looking for a set of twins." I'm going through a tunnel right now, y'all. That's why I got dark.
Oh, no, you're good.
Anyway, when if Tyler Perry Studios reaches out and say, "Hey, we're looking for some twins. Who do you guys have?" All we have to do is have just put out something on the page, and you guys will send us the photos, and you guys can, may have an opportunity.
Absolutely.
To be in a movie. It's like one of those things. You just have to be in it to win it. This empowerment event that I'm going to, the women's empowerment event that I'm going to, that's like for anyone out there that wants to start their own business, these are the types of things that you should go to because, in terms of networking, you might meet somebody that has a similar idea or somebody that can encourage you or motivate you. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you want to be a model, you need to make sure you follow all the pages on Instagram that's about modeling. Make sure you guys are following the Bailey Agency School of Fashion page. Make sure you follow my page, because you never know what we're going to be posting and what we're going to be looking for and what opportunities are coming up. We have some things coming up now. We just did a CB by Aura casting. We had a huge turnout. So we're getting ready to set up the dates for those photo shoots. So,
Absolutely.
to make a long story short, basically, it's easier than people think to get an opportunity now, to get some kind of exposure, to get noticed, or to get with an agency now, because they're looking everywhere. And even if you don't have the money or the means to physically walk into an agency, now, you have Instagram.
Right. Absolutely. Well, we love you and we appreciate everything that you do for people, like beyond like the fashion industry, just people who get overlooked every day, people who look like you and me, people, who go into casting rooms and may not feel confident. One of the main things that you've always said is, if you're confident, you're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
And so we appreciate that about your brand and continuing to provide opportunities for people who are overlooked. So thank you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And also, I'll just end with this. When it comes to the television industry, the fashion industry, even the music industry, acting classes, modeling classes, anything that's going to be confidence building and self-esteem building, just only prepares you for whatever else you want to do in life. You can take, we always tell, and Carlton, you can attest to this, we always encouraged our models to take acting classes, because guess what? Everybody can't make it as a model. They just can't. Like, aesthetically, it's just, you don't have a lot of control over that. But anybody can be an actress. You just got to do the work and take the classes and learn how to act. It doesn't matter what you look like. There's people look, comes in, people come in all different shapes, sizes, and faces and stuff. So it's just a different ball game. And more than anything, it's also confidence building and self-esteem building. Even before I took acting classes, before I even got serious about acting, because I wasn't comfortable standing in front of a room reciting a monologue. So it was good for me just to be comfortable and more confident. Absolutely. But now Mama's acting. Mom's been booking some roles. Make sure you follow me.
Now, but you think, look, these new kids may not be aware, but you've been on the Cosby Show, sis. You've done lots of stuff, so you've been an actress.
That's true.
I think you forget sometimes.
I know, I do forget. And I've been in the game a long time. I will say,
it's just like a new wave for you.
Recently really focused on acting more seriously. I'll just say that. I definitely have done some acting jobs throughout my career, and that's been great. But I'm getting some bigger roles, and I'm really more focused on it right now. So that just goes to a great place to end this. Walk towards your purpose, follow your dreams. You can do whatever you focus on doing. And if you do focus on doing something, if it's not working out for you, that's okay, because it's still part of your journey. Then you just go to the next thing. And if that don't work out, then you just go to the next thing. The point is, you don't quit. You don't stop. Because you never know what God has planned for you.
And there you heard it from her mouth, from the supermodel's mouth.
Yeah. Yep. So I'll leave it right there. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I'm going to, for everyone that's in Philly that's coming out to the expo tomorrow, I'll see you guys there. All right.
See you there. All right. Thank you, CB.
All right. You're welcome. Bye, you guys. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
All righty.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for following me and, just loving me. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love. Shout out to my haters, too. I appreciate y'all, too, for giving me inspiration to keep going. But no, it's true. It's true. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, you better let your haters be your motivators. Because they just be mad when you be doing good. Well, they be mad when you do good. When you just keep being great. But what, they need to understand is, what everybody need to understand is, not my will, God's will be done. Always. Okay?
That's on what?
No, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb, and Little Bo Peep, and the 3 Little Pigs, and the 3 Bears. The Three Little Bears. Three Little Bears, Little Bo Peep. Mary had Little Leia.
Little boy blue.
And Little Boy Blue. Okay? That's on all that. Anyway, I'm just acting silly. Anyway, I love you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Sending much love and prayers to all of you. Continued blessings, continued love and light and positivity, because that's, you know, what I live by. That's what keeps me going. Love and light.
You gotta get a cheesesteak while we're up here.
A Philly cheesesteak. Well, I don't really need one, but if you're gonna twist my arm, I guess I go ahead on and eat one with you. Chandler's telling me we have to get a Philly cheesesteak while we're in Philly. Anyway, God bless you guys. Have an amazing weekend. And we're headed to the airport, and it looks like the weather's really terrible here in Atlanta, so if the flights get delayed, I will go live again. So, yeah, that's it. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Well, there you go. I don't have much to say. Cynthia Bailey said it all, but I was laughing at the beginning with her fake Jamaican accent. It reminded me of a little scene in Kenya Moore movie, Life Tours On. Kenya always looking out for her people, okay? She put Cynthia in that movie. She suggested the trip to Greece because her friend opened a wine cellar. We all saw what happened, okay? Oh, thank you, Kenya. Even though, yes, Bravo paid for it. It backfired, and we know what happened, okay? If you don't know, go to the Real Housewives of Atlanta playlist, one of my favorite things to say, and watch the videos that I did on that. Yep, that's the only thing that was on my mind the entire time Cynthia Bailey is over here dropping wisdom was security. Good to see that Cynthia and him are still maintaining a friendship and a professional relationship. He still works for her and with her. So that's good to know after all of these years, but that scene was iconic. Cynthia said a lot of incredible things. She's right about social media. Social media have changed a lot of people's lives. YouTube, just the access to technology and the access to just, being able to make your dreams reality without having to wait for other people, to help you in that process is so amazing. But anyways, I'm wishing all of you the best and take care. The end of here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted, and I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.